So if you can, folks. So people watching this in the replay will be confused, but we had some technical difficulties a moment ago, and there was serious reverb, and it was terrible.
So this is actually our second attempt at a live stream for this evening. The first attempt, as I just said, went terrible. There was horrible noise, and actually, you still have that clip somewhere.
Yeah, that I'll show my members the disaster.
Oh, so you put members, if you want to see a disaster, check it out.
Yeah, if you want to see a disaster, check my channel out.
Yeah. Oh no.
So 3 a.m. Forge is here. We got one person in here.
Jason, thanks for being here, man.
Hey.
Looks like 8 people now. People are starting to trickle in.
All right, people are starting.
We're just gonna give it a moment as people start to come back in. It looked like we had just started and you had over 50 people. It was close to 60 people.
And then
all of a sudden, disaster happened, and then it went sideways. So I'm gonna be paying attention to the chat while Kyler's making sure everything's working.
Yeah,
over
right now
here
I'm
on
just
his
getting
end.
everything set up and all.
All right, so give us just a second.
Yeah, sorry. It wouldn't be live with us if there wasn't some sort of technical difficulty.
We are probably the least professional YouTubers ever.
Oh, big time.
Oh man.
But also, if you can hear us, please comment below. Let us know if the audio is halfway decent, because I do know that it definitely was not decent a moment ago.
Okay, I'm in the chat now. Looks like Aqua Adventure. What's up, Lee? Thanks for being here. Lee Hines is here, man. Thanks for being here. Emily Carlson, Happy New Year. We're already 2.5 hours into 2023.
Bro, they're in the future?
Yeah, they're in the future. So we're actually, someone's here from the future. Emily, what's the future like?
Yeah, what's 2023 like?
What's 2023 like? That's awesome. 3 a.m. Jason's here. Corey, what's up, Corey? Thanks for being here. It was good to see you yesterday, man. Michelle Brandy.
As if, I mean, there's some last names where you've never heard of, but imagine. I mean, I've never heard of the last name Brady. There's no one super famous with the last name Brady.
No.
There's totally not even a bunch of them. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I clearly can't read.
Happy New Year, Michelle Brady. Anyways.
All right.
Strika says we're half a day into the future, Melbourne, Australia.
That's half a day. What's going on in Melbourne? What's going on in Melbourne? Looks like it's so far it's good and rainy though. Cool. It sounds like about what it's like here. Can't wait to see what you guys do. Hello everyone and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you, Robin, and thank you, PJTN 2022.
I might need, I don't know, are they going to update their username now?
Yeah, I don't know. They might have to.
Yeah, comment below PJTN 2022 if you're going to update to 2023 or just keep it. But it looks like we got pretty much all the people that were in there.
So you got a good group?
So we can get started.
All right.
Again, thank you for bearing with us as we fought through our technical difficulties. I really hate the lighting, but I think this is gonna be the dumpy live. Maybe next year we'll be in like a
maybe we'll have some better lighting.
Better lighting, better audio, better camera. But for now, this is gonna work. So, looks like Ryan Sweeney says Happy New Year.
Ryan Sweeney?
Yes, the one and only.
Oh,
Sean,
wow, man, thanks for being here. Sean S.
Sean S says Happy New Year.
Wow.
All right, cool. So, I guess we're just gonna get started. What have you been up to since we last did a live? We did a live for Christmas.
Yeah, well, we did a live on Christmas.
We hadn't had Christmas yet. So what did you do for Christmas?
Oh man, Christmas was good. I spent it, a good portion of it with my girlfriend's family, Renee's family, and with her and her son and her parents. It was really nice. I was able to get some, some bonus time with Sasha and Arthur. I was able to get them for a few hours, and then we came over to Nana's. We saw you, and you were there, and saw a whole bunch of other family members. It was nice to, to see just about everyone. I missed the two little girl cousins and the nephew cousin. Yeah. I wasn't able to see them, but we'll see them soon.
Yeah.
It was a good holiday. A lot of food, a lot of family. Time off from work. I think I had 4 days off, so that was really nice. What about you? What did you do?
I was there. You saw me. You bore witness.
I bore witness.
You bore witness to me being there. Oh yeah, just the same idea. Hung out with family, ate some good food, that type of thing. Let's see. So that's what it was our Christmas. So that's pretty much what we've been up to. Actually, I feel like I've done a lot of things in between then and now, but that's kind of the gist of it. I see that my mom is in here. She says Happy New Year. Well, actually, she said, Jessica King, who's my mother, said Happy Me Year, but I think she meant New Year, so thank you, Mom, for that. Sean S. says, should be a great game tomorrow, Kyler. So I think he's referring to the Packers game, and I believe we're playing the Vikings, because he's a Vikings fan, and I'm 99% sure that's what he's talking about. Yeah, so we play the Vikings tomorrow, so yeah, hopefully it'll be a good game.
Thank you, Emma.
What did Emma say?
Just
Just a nice little message.
Yeah, just a nice little heartfelt message. Thank you, I appreciate that. And my apologies if we're not able to read all of your messages. Just the way it shows on the phone, it kind of things go by very fast. So we're just kind of able to pick them as they come, but some we do miss.
But yeah, we still appreciate your participation. So yeah, that's what we did for Christmas. I don't know. I had a good Christmas.
So we're here on your channel doing your thing.
Yes.
Like, again, what's the purpose of this live?
Well, this is why are we here?
Why are we here?
Well, we're here to recap 2022.
Nice.
Did you just eat that without taking the peeling off?
No, I just use my teeth to peel it because I don't like getting the oranges under my eyes. Because if I forget to wash my hands later, I go to rub my eyes, then I get the the citrus on my eye, like I just did a little bit. Oh man. Anyway, it's just so it's just a way to kind of help avoid that a little bit.
All right. Anyways, moving on swiftly. Yeah, this is just to recap 2022, kind of talk about our year, talk about what we did, plans for the future, New Year's type things. I thought it was just a fun way to interact and hang out with you guys. As you may know, this is kind of the slow season for a lot of the things I do. It's cold outside. I'm not scuba diving that much. So it's fun to come up. So this is like one of those ideas of, something I can do to still interact and hang out with you guys.
Cool.
While it's cold out. So
Is it fine that I eat during this?
yeah, go have a blast. Yeah, I feel like that already was happening, regardless of what I said. Linda Ginn, aka Nana, says,
Oh, my
"Hi
mom's
guys, what's poppin', Nana?"
Hi, Nana. Thanks for being here.
Let's see. So yeah, thank you to Nana for joining. Anyways, so we're on the topic of New Year's, as that's what today is. This is New Year's Eve.
Last day, last minutes. Right now, we're on the west coast of the United States of America. It is this time right there,
5:34.
5:34. We're in the last 6 hours or so.
Debbie F says she loves the mood lighting. This isn't mood lighting. This is like,
yeah, it's just it's just not a very well lit in here, but
I mean,
we'll work on it.
Anyways, so yeah, we're on the topic of New Year's. Do you have any memories from New Year's or anything you remember doing on New Year's? Like, can you share any of your stories?
I think you should go first.
Oh my! See, I set you up so I could think of some.
Okay. Well, I got one. I got one right here. So this whole entire New Year was, New Year. This whole entire year was just. First off, it was amazing. A lot of lessons were learned. As many of you know that have followed me on my channel, you guys know that I work a regular job, and a big part of my year was working and saving up money for equipment and gear. And actually, I'd gotten to the point where I was actually ready to quit my job. I was ready. It was like a Tuesday or Thursday or Wednesday or whatever, and I was ready to quit my job that Friday, or put in the 2-week notice.
Just to do YouTube.
Yeah. To focus on doing YouTube and doing searches and doing other things. And actually, I ended up getting myself this here.
Because you had COVID and needed something to do.
Yes. I had first off, I had COVID. I was bored silly. I had nothing going on, and I was super just down and out. So I said, screw it. I'm sick. I have COVID. I have to be by myself. Might as well go get a longboard and learn how to longboard. And so the first day I went, it was awesome. I was cruising. I went over down by the Glass Museum. The ground is super, super flat. There's a lot of good areas where you can ride. And it was just perfect. And I started able to get a little speed going. And I did really, really well. The next day it rained. And then finally by the third day of, owning this skateboard here, this longboard, I thought, pretty much a pro.
Yeah.
I have to be.
You're basically Sammy Hawk.
Yeah, Sammy Hawk. So I'm pretty much a pro. Anyway, so I take this out to a place around here. It's called Point Defiance. And they recently shut down part of the road that you could drive on. And so I knew that this would be a safe place to, go longboard. I wouldn't have to worry about traffic. So I got back there. It's called the 5 Mile Drive. If you guys are from Tacoma or from this area or have heard of it, it's Point Defiance Park in Tacoma. So I went, took the skateboard back on the parts of the 5 Mile Drive that were shut down or is now shut down. And the road was great. I had it all to myself. I'm cruising and just really having a good time. I started hitting some hills. Right, so this first hill, I was going and I had my feet just right and I was moving and it just felt good. And then the second hill, was the same thing. I was just
felt great.
Oh, I was loving it. I felt like I was like 19 years old again.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Anyway, so then there was this third hill. It was a little more steep. It was long, it was steep, and there was a little bit of a turn in it. And I thought to myself, I think I got this here. So I get on this hill and I'm going, and then it just started picking up all kinds of speed, and the board started wobbling. I started getting the death wobbles, and so I thought to myself, well, I'm either going to have to jump or try to ride this out somehow. And so while I was in the process of thinking, what should I do? Which way should I go? The board decided for me. It threw me off. I went, flopping over. Ended up landing on my shoulder. I ended up separating my AC joint. It was just, and I was just laying there, and then I got up, sat up. I was a little shook. I was like, all right, I'm not bleeding. I'm not bleeding bad. I was a little scraped up. Like, how do I feel internally? My belly, my guts, whatever. Just
making sure everything's there.
Making sure everything's cool. Everything's fine. I didn't really knock my head too bad. There was one little scratch on the back. I did have a little blood. But what I noticed was my arm was kind of hanging weird, and it felt structurally wrong.
Yeah.
Like something was like structurally like not right.
Yeah.
And about that time, there was a jogger that seen it happen. He came up to me. Oh man, you all right? What's going on? He kind of helped me gather myself. And actually, I had a backpack at the time, which I'm really thankful I was wearing, because a black backpack got scratched up because I ended up sliding on my backpack. So had I not slid on the backpack, I would have maybe scratched up my neck really bad or just been worse. And actually, I did have a car key that I put in the top of my backpack, and the car key was bent.
Yeah, so obviously that was a hard hit.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I got hit super bad, and so I ended up hiking out, with the backpack on. And I just kind of stuck my hand in the shoulder area, just kind of hang it right there, and I'm carrying my board with the other. So yeah, that was really like a noteworthy piece.
Yeah, I feel like that was a year-defining.
Yeah, and so
in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So really, just it was really. I'd say that was probably one of the biggest things that happened to me in 2022. And like I said, I had COVID at this time, and so I ended up, I called Renee. I said, hey babe, I fell off my skateboard, and she was like, kind of laughed. Said, yeah, right. I said, no, I'm serious. I fell off. Can you come and pick me up? So
because I can see her saying yeah right or whatever.
Yeah, because that's
when I heard this story. To me, it was the most on-brand thing I'd ever heard. When you told me, I was just like, oh,
yeah,
of course this happened.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Renee comes and she gets me to the hospital.
Like it was so believable that it was unbelievable.
Yeah, for you.
It was so on brand that I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, my 40-year-old dad's trying to go take up longboarding.
Yeah, but anyway, so you go to the hospital.
Yeah, so she gets me to the hospital. I get everything done that I need to do there, and she takes me back or helps me get to my car and helps me get the car back, and so I just kind of stay at home, for like the next week or so by myself because I have COVID, and I'm waiting to be COVID free before I start going out around other people. And so for me personally, that initial thing, that was the first time. That was the first time I'd actually been down, and down for a long time. And just the not being able to go anywhere or see anybody or having anybody come and visit me, and just barely being able to move. Fireworks are going off already. We can hear them.
It's New Year's somewhere.
Anyway, so not being able to feel, and not being able to move, it was just a really, really humbling and hard thing. I know that there's people that obviously have gone through, way worse, but for me, that was my first time ever being taken out in that fashion. And who did it? It was me. I took myself.
At least
out.
If somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah, and
they're
so
just out here balling.
I know they're out there shooting fireworks. That's pretty awesome.
I thought it was New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yes, here we go.
Anyway,
so and from that, now that I've done my exercises and I've been done my PT and done my everything I needed to do, the physical therapy, I've come to a point where I'd say that my shoulder's now at about 92%. and I'm feeling really great just being
That's
at 92% and just being able to move and do things, and I'm back to being able to dive and run sonar. I actually ran sonar 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Been diving. I think 3 or 4 weeks before that with Lee Hines and I went treasure hunting, did some underwater metal detecting. So it feels good to be back, to doing stuff. And after not being able to do stuff for such a long time, it really just makes me appreciate the here and the now, and what it's like that I can reach over here. I put my arm up like this.
Yeah, you can actually
give you a good hug.
do things.
Yeah, I can do things. So right now I feel
Yeah,
like
you don't know what you have
yeah,
until you lose
exactly.
it.
You don't know what you have until it's gone, and I'm so blessed to have a pretty healthy body, and I'm able to move, I'm able to do things, and I'm really extremely grateful. But like I said, being down for a moment made me realize, how much of a blessing it is just to be able to like lay on my right side when I sleep, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, that was probably the biggest thing that happened in 2022. Was having that happen, and it really just changed my changed my mindset to be cognizant of my blessings in an even bigger way. Just basics things, the fact that it's nice and warm here, we're warm, we're comfortable, we're dry, so
Have a roof over our
got a
head.
roof over our heads, we got food, like I said, I can lay on my side, I can move, so I guess it helped me to become more appreciative, and I'd say that was the biggest thing for 2022 was there was other things that helped in that way, but this is probably the biggest thing. It just helped me become more appreciative of the blessings that I have right now.
Yeah, that's great.
And so I'd say that was probably the biggest thing for me. And as you guys may have known, I'm glad I did not quit my job.
Yeah, because
That's
of the
for sure,
timing.
because I had medical insurance, was able to carry me through, and so so I mean everything happens for a reason, and sometimes the reason is that
You need to learn to appreciate your blessings more, maybe.
yeah. So 2022 really brought me into a place of more appreciation.
That's great.
Just to make a long story longer.
Perfect.
What about you?
Well, what was really funny about this question is that wasn't what the question was, but I think that was great. So that's cool. The question was actually like, what was your favorite New Year's memory? Like what you did on New Year's. But since you brought what you brought up.
Oh, okay. I totally misunderstood.
Yeah,
the
it's
question.
okay. But
thought
hey,
that
I was like, hold up, let him cook.
Oh, and the crazy thing though is that's also my favorite memory of the whole year was everything surrounding my shoulder. What a blessing it is now. I'm more peaceful, more happy, more content, and it's yeah.
That's great.
So I'd say that probably was for 2022 that was my favorite thing that happened.
Nice. Now, just way off topic, I saw that Jonathan Wolf said today is my birthday. And so happy birthday
Happy
to Jonathan.
birthday, Jonathan.
I don't know if he means the 31st or the 1st, but either way,
Yeah,
happy birthday.
Either way, happy birthday.
And congratulations to making it to the next year of your life. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Always something to be appreciative.
I'm gonna follow in the chat, so
Go ahead.
I'm not ignoring you.
So he said, "What's your favorite memory of the year?" All right, I wasn't even what you really just summed up your whole year and what your year was about.
No, I got other things, but
No, we'll get to other things. So, and the way your question was, you were kind of talking about what's like kind of a big takeaway. What was the biggest thing?
What was your biggest thing?
I think this year, so in the years leading up to this, I'd really been trying to figure out who I was in a lot of ways. Every year I'd gone into on New Year's, I would feel like, all right, I need some major change in my life, either spiritually or mentally, or I need to be doing something different every year. And I've really been working on myself for the past, I'd say, 3 years, 4 years. Yeah, 4 years really hard to, as a young person, find who I am, find what I'm doing, find, a relationship with God, all that stuff. And I really think this year I got to a place that I'm happy with. Obviously, I'm always still grinding and growing and trying to be a better person. But this is the first year where I'm going into the new year and I don't feel like I need a major, overhaul in my social, spiritual, or any sort of life. Or any of my, I don't have like bad habits I need to get rid of. Like, this is the first year I've gotten there. So what that leaves me with now is I'm at a place where I can actually work on building instead of reconstructing.
Okay.
And that is a difference, because reconstructing, I really felt like I needed to overhaul who I was as a person in a lot of ways. And so this year for me was completing at least the overhaul I felt I needed to do at 19 when I started that overhaul. And then now I feel like I can start building. I'm at a place where I am happy with where I am in a lot of ways, and I can start building towards goals instead of just trying to rebuild myself. So that's really good, and that's been the biggest thing of my 2022. That's like my biggest takeaway. So, yeah, that's
just the rebuilding, huh?
Well, yeah, just the rebuilding, and then feeling a sense of the rebuild is accomplished to a point where I can start building forward.
Man, yeah, I probably have done at least like 15 rebuilds.
Well, I'm not saying like I'm
it
sure
never stops.
Well, I'm sure I'm always gonna like have I'm always gonna need to work on myself. I'm not a perfect person. I don't have everything figured out by any means, but with the rebuild I set out on when I was 19 years old and felt my social life, spiritual life, and all that stuff. While I wouldn't say I was a bad person by any means. I wasn't doing horrible things. There was a lot of things that were not up to the standard I wanted to hold myself to. And I feel like that rebuild that I set out on at 19 has really, I feel like I have completed that mission, and now I'm working towards further.
Was there any, like, maybe anything, like one or two things that maybe stuck out that kind of helped you in the process?
Like this year? Like, or just like in general?
Yeah, well, we're talking about the rebuild, so.
A lot of it was learning to. The biggest lesson through the whole rebuild was learning to love my enemies. That sounds crazy. Like, it sounds crazy, like, if when you just say it. Learning to love my enemies, what does that mean? Obviously it doesn't mean we want to walk up and just go hug everybody that hates us necessarily, but the biggest step was when someone would do something dirty to me, or, like, do something bad, the first thing I would do is pray for them. And I would try to, like, say in my head the most genuine and authentic prayer possible.
Yeah. And
then after doing that, it made being mad at somebody or being upset a lot harder, or it made it so my thoughts on the matter were a lot clearer. I had a lot clearer head with what I wanted to say to them. Also, that led to me not doing things just out of spite or out of, like, anger, because I always felt like in the past when I was younger, like a teenager, like if somebody did something dirty to me, I could get them back. But then that was the thing. So learning that and learning how to love my enemies, and then learning how to love my enemies led to me learning how to love myself, and learning how to love myself as a person. And that was a very big part of, getting to where it was. 'Cause I didn't really love myself. I had a lot of things about myself I just was insecure about, or I just like whatever. So that was a big thing.
Yeah, it's good.
My little brother's down there. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know what Arthur's doing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, but yeah, I was in a moment. But yeah, so yeah, just learning to love your enemies, and like I said, that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna go out and send them Valentine's Day cards, but it also means thinking about why are they like this, and then
because the thing is, everyone's born a baby.
Yes.
And at some point, whether it's their their upbringing, the people they were raised with, what they were exposed to. It really shapes them, and it shapes what they view as acceptable to do to others. And a lot of times when people do bad things to others, it's because maybe it was done to them and they didn't have a chance to heal.
Yeah.
Or sometimes maybe they are just in a weird frame of mind. Either way, they need to have be prayed for and hopefully be brought to a better place.
So that led to me doing things not out of spite, but even when when we've had to address situations, that led to me doing it in a state of mind that wasn't just vengeful. It was I don't even know how to describe it, but it's not out of vengeful or hate, because I'll tell you, in a lot of these things, if I wanted to be vengeful or spiteful, there's a lot of things you could do or say, but it's like what's necessary or productive to cause change and positivity, and that's what I have focused on. So yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, so when it comes to my rebuilding and stuff, that's my biggest takeaway of 2022, is I sit here in December feeling really comfortable with where I'm at, knowing that there's work to be done, but for who I am as a person, I am very, happy with that. And I can work on building and continue to build my life.
Cool. Right.
So that was a good. I wasn't really written down, but that was good. I appreciate us covering that. Let's see. So the real question I had tried to ask you, it's a lot less deep than that, but I think that was great.
Since we're here.
Yeah. Was what was your favorite New Year's memory, meaning what's New Year's celebration? Did you have any memories of celebrating New Year's or anything fun you did? Most of mine, I can't really think of any in particular, like a particular New Year's. But I remember like the times when I would be at my cousin's house as a kid and we'd just stay up all night playing video games and then New Year's would come. Or just lighting off fireworks, stuff like that. That's what I think of with New Year's.
Yeah. For me, like, okay, I think of the earliest New Year's I could remember. I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. And I remember New Year's was coming and we had to celebrate. And I think, my mom was getting off work or whatever. She'd worked 3 to 11 at that time. And so she was coming home. I said, Mom, we're all here. Let's celebrate. Let's have a party. And I think we ended up going to Safeway or something, and we ended up getting pretzel sticks. I don't know why, but when I was 5 or 6, I thought my idea of a celebration was just drinking soda and eating pretzel sticks.
I mean, that still sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah, so we got the long pretzel sticks, and for me, it was fun. That's probably my earliest memory as far as anything that really sticks out. I'm not kind of drawing a blank on it right now, but
yeah, that's okay. Well, that's good that we covered the other topic because that one was kind of short.
Yeah,
that's cool.
What else you got?
Another question. So I just have a list of things I'm kind of going through. If you want to comment any of your answers to these questions we're asking each other, feel free to, and we might touch on some of the comments. Mm-hmm. But another one was, what was your favorite adventure you went on, or maybe just some of your favorites? Don't necessarily narrow it down to one, but what's like maybe something you did this year that like you think about?
Something that really. Oh man! So I ended up going up to Nia Bay.
Okay.
It was a spearfishing trip. Corey invited me. It was just a great trip. Me and Renee, we went up there. We met Corey and Leslie, and Nate was there. Trying to think of anybody else was there. There's a few other people there. And so what really stuck out, as far as the dive itself, there were other things that were really noteworthy. But the dive itself, we got there and it was just an amazing spot up there in Nia Bay. And as we're getting in the water, there was a whale.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man! And it was just crazy. It was just awesome. It was
what kind of whale?
It was a I forget. I'll think of the name. I think it was
humpback?
I think it was a fin whale.
Okay.
It wasn't the humpback because we have a humpback. Sometimes the humpbacks come in here and they hang out. But anyway, so it was a whale. It was just really awesome just to be getting in the water. We dove. We did our dive, and I ended up getting a fish and coming back. And when I came back, the whale was still out there. It was just kind of going back and forth. Anyway, so you can't really approach them, or at least it's illegal to approach them in that area. But it was just really cool, just to be in the water with it, and just so I can't approach it, but it can approach me.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Of course.
Anyway.
Right, you just swam right over. I don't know what you want me to stop him.
Anyway, so the whales can kind of go where they want.
Yeah.
So it was just a really spectacular thing. It was really wild to be like at water level and to see this whale bring its nose out. And it just bring its nose and its mouth and its whole head out of the water. And so I'm like at water level, and it looks like the thing is probably like 12 feet out of the water. And I mean, it's a little ways from me, but it was just a spectacular feeling, to be diving, to be looking at a whale, to have my friends. There were bald eagles. It was just a beautiful adventure. I'd say that's probably, one of the ones that stick out, the most. And it's like I said, it was a very noteworthy, dive. It was a really noteworthy trip. So it was really just that particular thing I've thought about quite a bit. Just being in the water and looking and seeing a whale.
Yeah.
The whale was like from here to this boat there that's lit up.
Yeah. So probably about like 50 feet, 40 feet.
Yeah, it was just
50
wild.
50 feet probably.
Yeah, it was wild. But I did not approach it because I am not going to get flopped on by a big old whale. It's
not the move.
No, like imagine if you had something the size of a bus just coming and flopping on you.
That's not what we're trying to do.
No, not at all.
Not in 2022 or anything.
In fact, when I realized how close it was, I got out.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not.
understandable.
And because the biggest part of it was, that the visibility was very bad that day. I think it was only like 5 or 6 feet, and so you have no idea, if the whale's going to come up from underneath you or where it's at. And I was like, I really don't want to get,
bumped into.
Yeah, I know it's not aggressive, at least not purposefully.
Yeah.
But if it comes by me and flops on me, that's game over.
That's a flagrant foul.
Yeah, but it was really so it was really spectacular though, being in the water with it. What about you? What was something that stuck out to you, like an adventure?
Well, okay, so one thing that was fun this year is I'm wearing a Seattle Mariners shirt. I was blessed with the ability to go to like the most baseball games I've ever gone to.
I know you're always going, man.
I mean, because they'd have the Mariners. Those are our local baseball team. The Mariners. This is their first year they'd ever made the playoff. First year they'd made the playoffs in 20 years since 2000. 21 years since 2001. So the Mariners were good this year, but a lot of people didn't know the Mariners were good. So they were the ticket sales reflected the fact that the Mariners were terrible. So I was getting tickets for like $15 with second row, first row seats.
I know you were getting like good. It was like cheaper to go to a Mariners game than it was to go to a movie.
No, it was literally to go see a professional Major League Baseball game.
Yeah.
So I think I went to like 8 or 9 games this year. Because it was just, it was like, $15. It's like you're gonna you might spend more on popcorn than the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, than the baseball game. So that was really cool, especially because just being able to go to baseball games and to be there and to take I went with my mom a couple times, went with friends, and it was just a fun thing to be able to do. And like I said, the team was actually good, so I got to watch a good team play baseball. Let's see. I also. Some of the dives I went on, the dive where I found a bajillion phones in the Apple Watch.
That was crazy.
There's a video of it. It's the craziest dive of my YouTube career. That was
good.
I'll never forget that feeling of being underwater and just like finding phones like that.
Phone after phone.
Especially because I think I'd gone like so many dives without even finding one phone, and I would just hand over fist.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And just the feeling of like pure joy. Finding that was a lot of fun. Let's see. So those are some of the things that I remember a lot. What the? I'm over here looking at the comments. My bad. Sometimes I get distracted, but yeah, those just some of the dives I went on. I don't know if I told you, but I told some people. I did a lot of fun things this year, and there was a stretch where it felt like I was just doing so much that I think if I really sat back, I'd have to like write down everything I did this year. Because this was a real I had a lot of fun this year, and I'm very grateful for that. And I was able to enjoy life in a way that I hadn't previously just because, I don't know, I just felt like I said, I felt like I knew myself and felt free to be myself.
You're in a better spot in life.
Yeah, so, and I honestly, not to get serious, but I think I had been kind of depressed for a couple years and didn't even realize it. Yeah. So this year, breaking out of that led to me just finding joy and fun in life that I hadn't
that's really good
previously. So there's that. So let's look at some of the things you guys said. Brock the Rock said his most memorable dive of the year was diving to Puget Sound. That was real cool when you came and visit.
That was awesome when Brock came to visit.
That was your birthday.
Yeah, that was a birthday surprise. Brock and Renee, they choreographed him coming as a surprise. Corey was in on it. It was just that was cool. Yeah, that was a great dive and a great surprise.
Yeah, that is awesome. Let's see. Sylvia Mackey says, Sam, my dad wouldn't go on whale watch in Canada. He was a merchant seaman in the 50s and knew how dangerous. Yeah, animals, I mean, once you get something that big, they can be dangerous unintentionally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
so it's just you have to be careful. Let's see. Does anybody else have any memories from 2022 they'd like to share? If they do, they can feel free to comment.
Yeah, we're starting to watch the comments a little more now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the moment.
So we'll see.
But yeah, let's see. We can move on to the
Duck Jeep. What's up?
We can move on to the next question though. In the meantime.
Diving with Scuba Steve says, I got my advanced almost a year ago to the day from my other cert.
That's cool.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
And from his open water certification.
Yeah, open water certification. Also, I saw that Jason, I think I saw it earlier, Jason of 3AM Forge, I think he said that he lit his first forge about 4 years ago.
Yeah, I did see that. That's awesome.
Which is wild. I mean, because what he sent us was amazing.
Yes, the knives.
Yeah, the knives.
Were great.
He does great work, man. We love you, Jason.
Virginia says that she became a great grandmother, so congratulations to that. That's awesome. But yeah, moving on though, what's an adventure you want to go on next year? I can answer first and give you half.
Can I talk to Scuba Steve for a second?
Talk to Scuba Steve. Have a blast.
Scuba Steve, I'm just curious. Where do you dive at? Are you local, or I'm just curious? Where do you go diving?
I feel like he's not. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead and reach out though.
And I'll pay attention in the comments. I'm just curious. Where do you dive?
I feel like. I want to say he's from the UK, but he might not be. I know the Aqua Adventure
Diving with Scuba Steve. Oh yeah, Lee is.
Yeah, I know he is.
Northern Ireland.
Yeah, but I don't know about Scuba Steve. So yeah, feel free to comment that below. But the next question I have is, what is an adventure you want to go on next year? For me, I'm gonna go scuba. I'm not scuba diving. I'm gonna go skydiving. That's something I'm gonna do. How's your capability for skydiving?
Hold on a second. It says Scuba Steve is in Ohio, but making the trip to Florida. Awesome.
That'll be cool.
That's super cool, Steve. No, actually, I'm.
How far are you from being? So there is a weight requirement for skydiving.
Yeah, there's a weight requirement for skydiving. At least first times going with an instructor or somebody. I'm too heavy to dive skydive.
By the point that it's.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see where I'm at. We'll see where I'm at. I'm just know that I'm over the weight limit
at the moment.
At the moment, I am making progress in the right direction. Things are getting better, for health reasons. But that might just be another kicker, is to say, all right,
Dad,
I'm gonna jump out of the plane. So.
All right, cool. So that's something I really want to do this year. That's something I'm going to do this year. I had been planning on skydiving this year, and I was just kind of waiting for the weather to be right. And then by the time the weather was right, other things in life were happening, got distracted. But skydiving is something I want to do this year. I think that'd be a fun thing to do. Also, maybe not this year, but someday I'd really love to scuba dive somewhere where it's warm.
Warm?
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine? I know you have.
I know.
I'm just saying in general, that'd be great.
Yeah, warm water diving is just so amazing. It's so free. Just like so this year, something cool that happened was he and I did dive without our exposure suits.
Yeah.
It was a really, really hot day during the summer at American Lake, and the water was tolerable, and we decided just to dive without the exposure suits, and it just felt like so freeing. It was just such an awesome feeling. It was like just to be able to move and around and be comfortable. I thought that was really cool. And actually, you have a video on your channel about that, right?
Yeah, it's out. I don't remember what the name of that one was.
Yeah.
That was a really good time, and just the fact we were able to do that. See, that's something I want to do, though. Is there anything this year that you can think of off the top of your head you want to go do, or any adventures you want to go on?
Oh yeah. I got a lot of adventures, lined up.
Is there something that you haven't done before that you maybe want to try, or is there anything you can think of, or not?
Yeah, I mean, I got a secret notebook or secret place that will have to be revealed
at some point.
But that's coming up. So.
All right, cool.
But but this, for me, the biggest adventure, I don't know, is just trying to get your siblings through the next year of school.
No kidding.
Oh man.
All right, so Sylvia says, Kyler, try and get to the Red Sea in Egypt. I believe the dives are fabulous.
Yeah, Sylvia, that sounds great.
Egypt sounds cool for many reasons. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Are there any YouTube channels you watched this year that you thought were, what are some of your favorites? The caveat being people you don't know and haven't ever met before.
I haven't met in person?
Yeah, because if we were just talking about people we met in person, we'd just be sitting here.
Okay, so one of the coolest channels that I like to follow is actually P&W Sampson.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure that's what he goes by. I have spoken to him a little bit in email and over the phone before. Does that count?
Probably, but it's okay.
Because I would love to meet up and just dive with this guy. Anyway, this guy here, he's just so appreciative. Yep, P&W Sampson. I love his channel. I love what he's doing. He has about 4.1 subscribers.
4.1K?
4.1K subscribers. Okay. Thank you. Anyway, he does a lot of he harvests, sustainable harvest, and just appreciating nature and appreciating the ocean. And I just really, I'm drawn to his content. but I'm also drawn to his nature. He's so humble and he has just a good aura about him. So I really like his stuff. Um, Also, I think trail cam pickup. I still watch those.
You still watch those?
Oh yeah, where you guys know the videos where they just take a trail cam and they'll put it somewhere, like usually in the woods, and they'll just kind of see what kind of animals come by, and they'll let it sit for like a few weeks or a few months, and then later on they'll make like a compilation video. Um, those are really spectacular. I don't know. I think they're really spectacular. In fact, I think you should do a trail cam
I
video.
could where I
video.
live. I really could.
Because out there, because you've seen bear and mountain lion,
Yeah.
and coyotes and bobcats and
All the things.
all the things. So I think you could totally do a trail cam
I
video.
could. I definitely could. There's the content out there. Some of my favorite YouTubers I watched this year, completely different topic from what you're doing, but the Pat McAfee show. He's a sports guy. The best sports show of all sports shows. Well, that and Inside the NBA, but different type thing. Also, Ashens. He's a toy reviewer that I have been watching since I was like 10 years old, probably. And he actually is the inspiration behind me doing the Lego Advent calendars. So those are probably two of my favorite YouTube channels I watched this year. Not counting people I know. Because honestly, most of the YouTube I watch, it's either... It's rare I actually go on YouTube to watch things that other people put out.
Yeah.
So it's like occasional. If I ever do go on there, it's either because somebody I know posted something, or there's somebody real. Like there's those like type of channels that are really really good to me to where I want to.
Yeah.
Because I look at YouTube way differently now than before I started making videos.
Yeah, it's totally changed.
It's like just it's not the same thing. Like I might be on I'll be on like Instagram or something before I'd be on.
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay. One more channel I've been watching. Every time they put out stuff, it's called Cruising Maya. As many of you guys know, I love boats. I'm kind of a boater. We're on a boat right now.
Literally. Yeah.
Boats are my thing, especially sailboats. I just think they're just romantic and beautiful. Anyway, Cruising Maya. It's some people that are from Pacific Northwest, and I've been enjoying following their content. It's a sailing couple. Me and Renee, we watch it together whenever they put something out. In fact, we just watched one the other night. I saw it a couple of days ago that it came out, and I had to not watch it, so I had to wait to watch it with her. But I love that. Oh, and also, oh man, Christian Williams. I'll have to say,
What does he make?
he's another sailboat guy.
Okay.
He's down in Southern California area. His presentation is absolutely amazing. He's an author. Well written, well spoken. He actually does a video, leaving California to Hawaii, and he does single-handed, and everything is filmed first person. It's just his presentation is so authentic and so just well put together. He's just.
I think he's great.
I'll go as far as to say he's my favorite YouTuber.
All right.
Yeah, other than you, other than my family, other than you, Kyler. I'm not. Don't worry.
Fake from the jump. He's fake. I'm not his favorite YouTuber.
Kyler. No, but we're not talking about
We're
people
we're
in our
talking
group.
about literal for just the sake
Yeah,
of
yeah,
YouTube,
in fact, I'm going to go ahead and take a second. I'm just going to bring up a screenshot of Christian Williams.
So yeah, if any of these people are watching or know people that
gosh.
know these people, feel free to send us emails because we all
Yeah. Christian Williams.
as it's mirrored.
As it's mirrored. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna hit videos. I just want to tell you guys, the video to make sure you guys check this out. I think you'd really, really enjoy it. Is the one where he goes to Hawaii. It says Hawaii 2021 inside single-handed sailing with Christian Williams. I mean, it's about an hour and 23 minutes. Just an amazing, well put together video. But I've been watching his content for quite a while.
That's cool.
And so yeah, that's my favorite YouTuber.
That's cool. No, I think that's cool. I've never
Check him out.
Just because I've never watched it though doesn't mean something.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we already touched on that question. Here's a real question I feel like is going to be hard. How many videos do you think you'll post in 2022? Sam the Adventure Man, how many videos do you think you'll post? I can start in what you think about that.
Well, I should probably answer first, because my answer is going to be very vague.
Okay, go ahead. Have your vague answer. How many videos do you think you'll post in 2022?
I really don't know. We got a few things that I'd like to go do. A few things that I think would be beneficial to put together and to share. I'm really not putting any, crazy, stress on myself, in that area, but I do have something going on,
Wow, that narrows it down.
and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Okay. So that means I'd
That-
say
that-
that. I mean, I think that means more than zero.
Yeah,
At least.
yeah, probably.
At least one
that,
video.
that may
will come.
that may mean more than zero,
Yeah, I
but
think
it's
that.
but whatever it is, it's still we're not discussing it
Yeah,
yet.
for 2023, how many do you think you'll post in 2023? I might have said 22, but yeah, how many? So how many videos do I think I'll post in 2023? So there are 52 weeks in a year, and I'm thinking if you count lives, shorts, and videos, I think I'll get. I think me getting close to 50 is realistic. I think me getting close to 50 between the lives, the shorts, and the just normal videos. I think I'll get close to 50. I'm going to be focusing on YouTube a lot more this year than in the past. I'll just be able to for multiple different reasons. So yeah, I think that's I'd say around 50.
50? Oh, well,
But that's not
pretty good.
like just counting, shorts, edited
Oh, yeah.
videos, and lives. I think around 50.
Because I got a bunch of ideas
Yeah.
like this summer. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've been writing my secret book of plays, my book of secret plays.
Your secret playbook.
Yep.
All right, cool. And I really expect those videos will all, for both of us, those videos will pick up as the weather changes.
Mhm.
But let's see. Do you remember what you were up to in 2013? Anything? Do you remember anything about 2013? I can tell you, I was 13 years old. Probably my favorite things were like Madden, which is a football video game. I also was getting really into football around that age. I was already into it, but that was like I'd say it was starting to apex. Let's see, yeah, that's about what I remember from 2013. It was just sports stuff. And okay, but moving on to that, if you could tell your 2013 self something, what would you tell him?
Oh my gosh.
I can tell you mine.
Go ahead.
Mine is probably less philosophical than some person. I'd tell my 13-year-old self to invest in Bitcoin. I remember.
And then get out. Right?
Yeah, then get out in 2021 or something like that. And then I'd also tell my 13-year-old self, like I remember a lot of sports. I'd really be like Biff in Back to the Future. I wouldn't turn out like him, but
Yeah.
I would be the same. I'd just be telling him all the
All the
sports
insides.
results. Like, look, you need to bet on this, 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 and this, because I'm not into gambling and I don't gamble. But at that point, it wouldn't be gambling.
No, that's not a gamble. That's a sure thing.
But if I was gonna tell him something philosophical and not just like, dog, you need to prepare for this and this, it'd probably be like, appreciate your family, appreciate, the people in your life, and, don't be too hard on yourself when things aren't going great. Like, it's not, I don't know. I really felt, when I was younger, I felt like I had a weight on my shoulders of trying to be there for people. And I still do, but I really think I tried to shoulder more than I was able to at that age. So just maybe something like that, if it was philosophical. But otherwise, if I could just say one thing, it would be about, like, hey, the Cavs are going to come back from down 3-1.
Oh, man.
Bet it. Or
So-
just like,
So I think I'm 40 now.
yeah, you're 40, so you would have been.
So I'm 27 back then.
What?
Yeah, you said 13 years ago?
No, 2013.
Oh, I misheard. Totally misheard.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
I was like, wait a minute.
So I'm struggling to remember
been 30.
where I was. So I think I was 30. I was
I think you were back in Tacoma.
yeah, I was back in Tacoma. I think. I was fairly new into diving. Like me and Corey, we were like diving like twice a week. Just going down to see the same crab that we've been seeing every for like the last 5 months.
Been visiting.
Oh yeah. Like so I was fairly new. I was fairly new to diving. Just so I mean that's what I was doing. That was big to me. Just going down and seeing all the nature, seeing all the cool things. Scuba diving. Cleaning up the environment back then, treasure hunting back then, before I ever connected or tried anything on YouTube. I think I may have been volunteering with a search and recovery team out in Kitsap. Corey got me into that. So for me the coolest thing back then was diving.
Yeah.
And I think if I would have told myself that I would have one day have been on a platform, and I would have had people around the world, knowing who I was for diving, that would have been like the craziest thing you ever told me. Like, oh, people are going to know you for being a scuba diver. People are going to know you all around the world for doing this. I would have thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because, and back then, and I think about, the dives back then. I mean, they were so, I don't know, it was just great. And that's one of the reasons why, now, I still make sure that, I do get my dives without my camera. That way I can, stay connected, to, my pure reason why I dive and why I do my adventures. It has nothing to do with, trying to be famous or trying to, make money on YouTube, or has everything to do with, that's really a piece of me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know. So I told myself 10 years ago where I'd be at now. I would have been like blown away
With that.
What would I have told myself back then? I don't think I would have listened to whatever I said.
You wouldn't have. That's the crazy thing.
I don't know if I would have listened. I was such a a knucklehead. And I don't know. So just part of growing up. 30-year-old Sam was.
Maybe we said invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah. Maybe I just said invested in Bitcoin. I would have
buy Amazon stock.
Yeah, because at that moment, that was about the time when I kind of started thinking, that a little bit in the back of my head, maybe I need to start really, changing some things and getting better. So, I maybe told myself to listen to books on tape, or, on self-help and, finances, spirituality, relationships. Maybe would have told myself that, but honestly, I was such a knucklehead. I don't think I would have listened. Even to someone that looked like an older version of myself.
You're like, look how it turned out for you.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you. You're old, you're fat, you got gray hair. I'm not listening to you.
I'm so weak. Oh. Ronald SL 1962 said, "Blessed New Year. How many videos will Kyler and Sam do together in 2020?"
So if you're doing 53, we'll probably do like 35 together?
Probably. So if I'm doing 50, I expect about half of them to involve him in some way. What's your birthday plans for this year? Your birthday is in 16 days.
Yeah, birthday's in 16 days. I'm actually not sure yet.
I know, you probably haven't thought about it, huh?
No, I started thinking about it a little bit. I'd like to. I went diving last year. I think I'd like to go diving again this year.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. So I'll look at the weather. I'll see what's going on. Maybe do a dive. If not, remember what we were talking about earlier today? That you could rent out a theater.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be cool to rent out a theater and play some and have a Super Mario Kart tournament.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
just imagine NBA jams on the big
screen. Oh
screen.
My gosh, that'd be awesome.
So yeah, that might be a move.
And so I got a few ideas, as far as something fun, but just either an adventure or just something that brings people together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd like.
That's cool. So right now I'm going to touch on something. If you're not aware, I have been posting polls on my voting polls on my page weekly, and I'm going to continue to do that. If you have any suggestion for polls, feel free to comment them. I was going to go over the results of one of them. It was the poll I posted 3 days ago was how many countries have you been to, and it was I also told people to comment how many places they'd like to go, where they'd like to go or whatever. Anyways, 733 people voted, and the most popular answer was 32% votes was people had been to 3 to 5 countries, and the least was 11 plus. But surprisingly, the two most common were either 1 country or 3 to 5. So my question to you is how many countries have you been to?
I actually participated in your poll.
Okay, what was your pick?
What do you think my pick was?
So are we talking visited? Which we're talking been into.
A touchdown. Like you have physically been in the country.
Maybe. I'm struggling between the 5 and the 6. I don't know.
All right, so
6 maybe.
Yes, yeah. So I did the 6 to 10. So
okay.
So I've been to obviously the United States, Canada, Mexico. In fact, you and I went to Mexico.
Yeah.
I've been to Spain, England,
Okay.
and Qatar,
Okay.
or they call it Qatar. I think it's Qatar. I think that's how they say it over there. Anyways, I've been to,
Yeah,
yeah.
6.
So that's 6.
Yeah, Rackle says there's no answer for 0 because I assume most people
Yeah.
are in a country even
At
if
the
they're
moment.
born in it.
Nice.
So that was what the 1 was for.
Good observation.
I have been just to the 3 countries. I've been to Canada, U.S., and Mexico. Would love to travel to other countries though. So that was the results from that poll. Like I said, 733 people participated. That's really cool to see that many people participate. Jamie says, what year is Sam's birthday?
Oh, my birthday is going to be next year.
Yeah.
January 15th next year.
Yeah, 2023. That's when his birthday.
That's what my birthday is.
3am Forge says QQQ.
1982.
Okay. I'd love to plan to meet you guys in Cuba around September. The rates are super cheap. The dives are amazing. If you'd be interested, I'm obviously interested. Now that's an easier.
Yeah, I'm interested, but I don't know if my bank account's interested yet. We'll have to see where things are at.
Yeah, we'll see where things are around there. But I mean, meeting you, Jason, would be amazing.
I'd love to meet you, Jason. I would love to meet you. In fact, if you ever want to just plan something to come here, and just hang out at the boat, that would be like really spectacular. You can come stay, put you up. Me and Kyler are going to show you a good time. It'd be really cool if you'd come, for a few days or a week or something. That'd be awesome if you can come. We'd totally love to have you.
So yeah, keep that in mind, Jason.
Do you have any other questions?
I don't have any more questions written down. Did you have any, or did you?
Actually, no. I didn't really think of a whole lot. But let's go ahead and turn this over to you guys. So right now we're going to do a Q&A, and we're going to be watching. Watching the comments, watching the chats real thoroughly now. So if you guys have any questions for us, please go ahead and put those down now. Start your sentence out with a question mark.
Yeah,
that way
or just QQ.
Or QQ.
Or 3Q, yeah.
3 Qs or a question mark. That way our eyes can go to them.
Aaron.
Brock the Rock says he's been to Canada, U.S., Ireland, Kuwait, Afghanistan, and Qatar. Kyler, have you ever been to Louisiana? We would love to have you guys visit.
I have
Cajun 10.
I have not been to Louisiana, but I would be I'd be interested.
Heck yeah.
The only
It sounds like a dang good time.
No, it does sound a good time. The only state I'm not really interested in going back to is Arkansas.
You don't want to get Arkansas-ed?
No, definitely not. If you know, you know.
I'd go back to Arkansas though.
I would too, to be honest, if needed. If needed, it'd have to be a necessity. There'd have to be something important there. Aqua Adventure said, QQQ, are you up for some fun underwater challenges?
Heck yeah. You got some challenges? Heck yeah, like some underwater fishing or something? Or what are you thinking?
Sharon says, QQQ, do you all know you are the greatest of all time? I appreciate that. She said
Thank
goat,
you, Sharon.
but that's what it means.
Yeah, because last time you said Sharon was the goat.
No, she is the goat. She's a
one
legend.
of the goats.
Oh,
Legend.
Yeah, she's a legend. She was Sharon Lewis was my first ever member.
Heck yeah, let's clap for Sharon.
Yeah, like that's never gonna change. Sharon Lewis, no matter what happened, Sharon Lewis will always have been my first member.
Jim's here. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here, brother.
Lee Hines says, "Well, you guys will get." Oh, is that something? Is that a spoiler alert?
Huh?
What if Lee Hines? I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. I mean, see, yeah. Not a. I don't know if it's. Anyway.
Moving on. I don't know anything about that, but maybe. I mean, I've never been to Texas, but I'm interested.
Are you going to have a New Year's toast?
Probably not. I might get a Mountain Dew Baja Blast though.
Yeah, turn up.
Yeah, other than that though, I don't think. Let's see. Aaron says, "What is the top of your bucket list if you have them?" Right now at the top of my bucket list is a scuba dive somewhere warm. That's it. QQQ. Brock the Rock says, "What would it take to get you guys here? What's it all going to cost me?"
Oh man, see, because I think Brock already has like a set of dive gear there already.
Really?
And Brock has offered like to put us up, for free, to feed us. All we got to do is get some plane tickets.
So see, why did I not know this?
Well, I mean, he's been talking to us about it for a while. So Brock, yeah, let's make something happen, Brock. Let's set a date.
Jim Miner says it's always warm in a dry suit. That's correct if you have the proper thermals underneath said dry suit. I don't have warm winter thermals.
I gotta tell you, out of all the divers I'd ever seen, James Miner is one of the most dedicated, hardcore, experienced divers I've ever met. He is spectacular.
His name's gonna be up there in the rafters with the like of Brent Mitch. Like they're like they're named. They're cemented in the diving Hall of Fame.
For us. So me and Kyler, we have a diving Hall of Fame. One guy in the Hall of Fame, his name's Brent Mitch. He goes by Seawolf13. He wasn't in our favorite YouTuber list because we've actually met him and hung out with him. And this guy here, he's a legend. The things that he does, he's down in Southern California diving with sharks, great whites, often. He spearfishes, and he has gills. And a guy around here that has gills, his name's Jim Miner. Every search that I've been involved with, water-wise, Jim has been there.
In the Pacific Northwest area.
Yeah, the Pacific. Within the last year or so, everyone that I've been involved with, Jim has been there. We were looking for a young man, probably about 14 months ago, I think. I'd have to think about that a little bit. But anyway, when I went to go do it, or to show up to help, he was already there helping.
Yeah.
And so he's just a very selfless individual. He actually helped me get a new regulator at a very, very low price. And so he's definitely a good guy, and I appreciate him. I don't see him often. I haven't dove with him often, but every time I see him, he's a great guy. So.
And I don't know about you, he's always sending me invitations to go diving.
Oh,
he's
me
always
too.
He's always putting out stuff. He's always including me. He's in groups doing stuff for diving.
Yeah.
And getting everybody involved.
And so Jim, even though we haven't dove together, or I haven't been able to join you on any of your things, it really makes me feel loved, or that somebody out there actually wants to include me, and I really appreciate you, personally, for you always including us, on your list, and I'm planning this summer to, get out a whole lot more, especially now that my shoulder's good, and I'd love to go diving with you, brother.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Yeah, and I always appreciate the lists, because even when I haven't really been able to go, you'll send me lists of spots, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting, I'll keep that in mind. Shay asked, I think they meant Packers or Vikings for the game tomorrow. Well, the Packers have to win, or else the season's might as well be over. So I'm gonna have to pick the Packers. So, and if we don't win, then I guess we don't win. But I'm picking the Packers. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with if we lose, we lose. But I'm going down with them either way. Let's see.
Any other questions?
Yeah, any other questions? So Lee says he's moving to Texas.
Yep.
That was see. I didn't know.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, I'm sad to see Lee go. For selfish reasons. I've gotten to know Lee Hines over the last year and a half or so, and he's a great guy. He actually he's kind of taken me under his wing, with metal detecting. I ask him a lot of questions. He's been hunting treasure for a long time. He's real experienced, and he actually gave Arthur's metal detector.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He gave Arthur a metal detector, and me and Arthur have been able to go out and do a little something. In fact, you were there when Arthur found a ring.
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah, I remember. Frank was there. You were there, Arthur. And Arthur found a ring while metal detecting, and so I really appreciated getting to know him. He and I actually went underwater metal detecting, I think about a month ago. It was fun. He was also part of this last search that I went on. A private, we kept it private and quiet. About 2 weeks ago, we were looking for somebody. And so Lee was part of that, and I've really appreciated getting to know him. So Lee, brother, man, best of luck in Texas, and I'll be talking to you soon, and I guess we got somebody to go visit.
We're starting to get I actually am starting to get a lot of people I know in Texas, so it's only a matter of time before I end up there. Let's see, Jeff Lund says, what percentage, not Jeff Lund, my bad, Jim Miner said, what percentage is your shoulder at?
Oh, I'd say it's about 93 now, or maybe 92, 93. Because last time I saw him, I told him it was 92. I said, oh yeah, my shoulder's 92%. He goes, well, my body's 73.
I'm so dead.
Okay, Wanda, I'm looking for your question right now. If you could re-ask it.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing it, but
sorry.
My eyes are down here now. So, Wanda, if you have a question, I'd love to see that.
And also wishing Leslie Summers all the best of luck with her going through the house that she has to go through.
Oh, man, that sounds like a huge chore, Leslie.
Yeah, so good luck with that. Emily Carlson said, I'd like to change my answer of how many countries I've been to. Didn't count Turkey and Norway since I never left the airport in Turkey and just drove through Norway to get from the airport. All right, well, I don't know what your answer was. I don't know, but I will. Yeah, I think the poll turned out okay.
Yeah,
I
it was
think,
fun.
I think we figured something out.
Brock the Rock says, any new diving gear you guys got? Actually, no, I personally don't have anything new. We need to try to get Kyler a light.
Yeah, I need
do,
a.
do you have any new gear?
No, I need.
Yeah, we don't really have any new gear. We need to get you your light. Though.
I need a diving light. That's like the most important
and
thing I need.
your undergarments and diving light.
Yeah.
But by the time, I mean, warm weather is coming here in a couple months, so you should be back in the water in no time.
I think by March, end of March, I should be able to.
Yeah, Wanda. I'm not seeing your question, Wanda.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that we don't want it. We just missed it.
My apologies.
Let's see. So yeah, I think that's kind of. I don't really have much more on my list. It says, have y'all watched The Chosen Show?
Have not.
I have not seen that one before. Let's see. QQQ. Do you guys have an Amazon wish list? No, we do not. We should. People have been asking us to make one for like only the last year.
But I know. I'm just bad at accepting
donations and stuff.
I mean, I appreciate it when it happens, but I'm not. I don't know.
It'd be hard to make a wish list.
Yeah, it'd be real hard to make a wish list, because I don't know. I have a job and I can work, but I do appreciate help, and I do get some help, through members, and a lot of the things have gone back into gear and gas and fuel and different things. So I am appreciative of that. But so no. Long story short, no, we don't have a Amazon wish list. If there's ever in the future a need for that, we'll perhaps put one together. Says, I love you all, but I don't have a question.
Perfect. Let's see. Tara Dunlap, that's something for another day. I don't think we're not going to worry about that right now. QQQ. Kyler asks Sam about my diving light. What's up with Brock's diving light? Do you know anything about Brock's diving light?
I don't know. Did he leave it here?
Did he? Did you leave your diving light? He says, I need one too.
Is that the light I've been using?
Is that your dive light?
Because I've been using one that has like a pink thing on it, like a pink zip tie. I don't know if he may have left it here.
Real Time Recovery says, if you can send me an address, I'll hook you up with a free handheld dive flashlight. I mean, that would be awesome.
Kyler,
I do need a dive light.
Give him your
I'm
email.
I'm literally about to. Real Time Recoveries. In the description, I think it's at the bottom, there is a link to my email. It is ginkyler@gmail.com. If you could shoot me an email there, I would really appreciate that, and we could talk about that, because I do definitely need a dive light and would appreciate it. Brock the Rock says, no, mine wouldn't work.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. Thanks for the memory jog. Yeah, his wouldn't work, and since he was the guest, here, and I made sure to hand it to him. That way he could see all the things. We had a really complete dive. We saw a lot of wonderful things. It was really good. Yeah, that's right. Yours wouldn't work, Brock.
That's cool. Yeah, it's good.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Any other questions? Overall, though, I am really appreciative with all the growth I've had in 2022 and the growth I've had on my channel. It's just, honestly, compared to previous years, I can't complain about this year. I've had a lot of growth. There's been some fun things. There's a lot of positives. So I'm really happy about where we are, and I am looking forward to the next year. And I'm interested to see what our 2023 wrap-up will look like when we do that.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for them? Should we ask them any questions?
I don't really have any questions.
You good?
I think I'm good. But, yeah, anyways, do you have anything you want to say to them?
Just thanks for being here. I wish you guys the best in the upcoming year. May it be filled with, growth and happiness, and may you guys find more peace in 2023.
Yeah, can you believe 2023?
I know, it's crazy, right? Time keeps speeding up.
Yeah, we're getting old and washed.
You know why time speeds up, right?
Because we've been around for longer?
Oh, because the thing is, see, when you're 5 years old...
Yeah, a year is like a fifth of your life.
Yeah, a year is a fifth of your life.
Yeah.
And then when you're like 40 years old, or 50 years old, a year is... What percentage?
Wait, I was reading something about 50.
I totally. I'm not mathing very well. Anyway, so exactly that. That's exactly it. So it's not that time is speeding up. It's that your understanding of time just stretches, thus making each individual segment smaller.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if the math
you
wasn't
get,
math.
yeah. My brain wasn't mathing.
And Brock the Rock, I appreciate that. He said that he's appreciated seeing my growth. I appreciate that, Brock. But anyways, I think that's about it.
Illinois redhead, no question. Just appreciate you both, Sam. We celebrate 8 days apart. Awesome. Well, happy upcoming birthday to you, Jeff Lund. Sam, you lucky to have a great son like Kyler. Happy New Year's to you both. Thank you, Jeff. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't know where he gets it from because at his age, I was nothing like this. I had to go through a lot of bumps and bruises to develop, but he's clearly.
I saw my bumps and bruises, but
Yeah,
I've been trying
good,
to.
So thank you.
I've tried to learn from all the things I've seen in my life, including your bumps and bruises, my own bumps and bruises, everybody's bumps and bruises. So that's a good thing to try to learn. But that might be a conversation for another day.
Another day. Yep.
So we are going to. I think we're going to wrap this up. I'd like to thank everyone who joined us. Lee Hines says he has a birthday present for you.
Nice.
But I would like to thank everyone who joined us. What you can expect coming up, I'm still going to do my Lego wrap-up thing. I didn't forget about it. Life has just been lifing, so I haven't had time to do that. But that's something that's going to come up soon. There's other video ideas I'm coming up with. So expect stuff to come out soon. But like I said, we're still in the slow season, so yeah. But anyways, any closing statements or words you have?
No, that's it, guys. Just let's keep on pushing. We'll see you guys in 2023.
Yep. And yeah, I think that's a good way to say that. We'll see him on the next one.
Perfect.
Peace.
All right.
God bless.